Hello, and welcome to this compact course on Introduction to Jurisprudence. This is a short but insightful course on jurisprudence, the foundation of all legal studies. In this module, we're going to explore some key concepts. What is jurisprudence? What is its nature and scope? How is it different from morality? And finally, we'll look at how great legal thinkers like Salmond, Austin, and Bentham have defined it in their own words. So, let's dive right in. Meaning and definition of jurisprudence. Let's start with the most basic question. What exactly is jurisprudence? The term jurisprudence comes from two Latin words, juris, meaning law, and prudentia, meaning knowledge or wisdom. So, put simply, jurisprudence is the knowledge or science of law. But it's not about learning a bunch of laws by heart. It's about understanding the deeper questions behind the law. Questions like, what is law? Why do we need laws? How should laws work in a just society? So, think of jurisprudence as the philosophy of law. Not a rule book, but a way of thinking about law. Nature and scope of jurisprudence. Now that we understand what jurisprudence means, let's look at its nature and scope. The nature of jurisprudence is mostly philosophical and analytical. It doesn't just focus on one specific law or legal code. Instead, it explores broad ideas like justice, rights, duties, and legal systems. Now, when we talk about the scope of jurisprudence, it mainly includes two approaches. First, we have analytical jurisprudence. This is the study of law as it is. It looks at actual legal systems, how they're structured, and how they work in real life. Then we have normative jurisprudence. This approach looks at law as it ought to be. It deals with questions of morality and ethics. In other words, what laws should be like to create a fair and just society. So, to sum up, jurisprudence doesn't just study laws. It examines how laws are made, how they operate, and how they should ideally function to serve the people. That's it for this part of the lesson. In the next one, we'll explore how jurisprudence differs from morality and how famous thinkers like Salmond, Austin, and Bentham have shaped our understanding of this subject. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Continuing our journey into jurisprudence, let's tackle an important topic now. Difference between law and morality. Here's a question that often comes up. Is law the same as morality? Well, the simple answer is no. Law and morality are different, even though they sometimes overlap. Let's break that down. Law comes from the state. It's created by legislatures and enforced by courts and other government authorities. Morality, on the other hand, comes from society, religion, or even from our own personal conscience. It's not enforced by courts. It's enforced by social pressure, family values, or that inner voice telling us what's right or wrong. Another difference? Law is usually written, clear, and deals with external actions, things we do or don't do in public. But morality is often unwritten. It's more about what we believe inside. Our values, our intentions, and whether we feel guilty about something. Here's a simple example. If you break the law, you might get arrested or punished. But if you break a moral rule, say you lie to a friend, you won't go to jail. But you might feel ashamed, regret it, or lose that friend's trust. That said, law and morality do overlap sometimes. For example, laws against murder, theft, or fraud are based on strong moral values that most societies agree on. But remember this key point. Not everything immoral is illegal, and not everything illegal is immoral. So, even though law and morality sometimes walk side by side, they are not the same path. Definitions by Salmond, Austin, and Bentham. Now let's hear how some of the greatest legal minds define jurisprudence in their own words. We begin with John Salmond. He defined jurisprudence as the science of the first principles of civil law. What does that mean? It means Salmond saw jurisprudence as a way to understand the basic building blocks, the core ideas behind any legal system. Now let's move on to John Austin. Austin had a more practical approach. He called jurisprudence the study of positive law. In other words, he focused on law as it actually exists, not how we wish it would be. According to Austin, law is a command given by a sovereign and backed by a threat of punishment if you disobey. Then comes Jeremy Bentham, a thinker with a social vision. He believed that the purpose of law should be to promote the greatest happiness of the greatest number. His approach was known as utilitarianism. So for Bentham, jurisprudence wasn't just about rules. It was about creating useful laws that help the well-being of society. To sum it up, Salmon focused on legal principles and structure. Austin focused on authority and punishment. Bentham focused on happiness, usefulness, and social welfare. Key concepts you must remember. Before we wrap up, let's go over the main takeaways from this lesson. Jurisprudence is the philosophical study of law, the knowledge or science of law. Law and morality are not the same, even though they can overlap. Analytical jurisprudence studies law as it is, how it works in the real world. Normative jurisprudence studies law as it should be, based on ethics and morality. And finally, great thinkers gave us valuable perspectives. Salmon explored basic legal principles. Austin focused on legal authority. Bentham emphasized social good and happiness. And that brings us to the end of this module on jurisprudence. Remember, jurisprudence isn't just about reading laws. It's about thinking deeply, asking important questions, and understanding the why behind the legal systems that shape our world. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next lesson.